Who can tell me what the significance of yesterday was? And I'm not talking about the outcome of certain football games. But yesterday was Ben's birthday. So happy belated birthday, Ben. An interesting set of circumstances and events have led me to this point. Many of you know there's been the need for a children's ministry building in this church for a long time. And in 2008, we almost kicked one off. But looking back, things were very different then. Believe it or not, we were going to build the building in what is the parking lot between the gym, on the other side of the gym, and the playground in 2008. Number two, we had a big debt load, really an uncomfortable amount of debt at that point in time. And number three, 6 years ago, this fall, 6 years ago, you know what happened to the economy. So believe it or not, we were having a meeting to kick that campaign off, and on that night we decided not to go. So roll the tape forward 5 years later. Just about this time last year, there was no conversation really going on about that children's ministry building. And a number of people in this church stepped forward and made really significant contributions and put us in a position to where we could safely proceed, and it'd be a good decision to do so. So we did, and we did what any church would do. We went out and found the best consultant we could find to tell us how to do it. And he looked at the numbers, he looked at the church, and he made a prediction. He said, "We think you can raise $1.6 million. Well, he was wrong. We didn't raise $1.6 million. We raised $2.4 million. And that put us on track to really begin to do things right, and everything had changed. We had bought this piece of property, which is a much better location. We had retired our debt on our sanctuary, and everything had changed. And this time it just feels like a breath of fresh air. Well, ironically, we're now in a position to where we can finish this total project in a way that had been projected for quite a while. If you go back to the charter of this church, which I think was about 1975, and some of the original drawings, it shows a bell tower in every single architectural rendering of this church over those years. It shows a bell tower. Well, what we're about to start, and session has approved both a bell tower, which we plan to call an honor tower, to honor those people that you care and love. Also, a covered drop-off, which would connect the bell tower and the sanctuary, and also a walkway, very much like the walkways that we have between the existing buildings, between this sanctuary and the children's ministry building, which, by the way, how is it looking? Pretty good, huh? And the architectural rendering is here, but of course you can't see it. But that's all the good news. The really bad news is that we need another $250,000. So we have already gotten some very generous contributions. We hope you'll all prayerfully consider what's appropriate from this point forward. But we have an idea where we think we can help you all in a very tangible and long-term way begin to memorialize or honor those that you care and love. In fact, there is a pew card where you can formalize whatever you'd like to do for the church, and a way for you to honor or memorialize people past and present by having your own brick engraved. So please join us as we complete our campus here and build a signature landmark, which will be right outside that building, and help us honor God and those we love from the past and present. Thank you.
Thank you. That is very exciting.